Two-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Rhul. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Rhul. We have Big Mike Gentry in the house as well. Hoodie season for BMG.
Always.
We going hoodies the rest of the way?
Always. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Spencer Raxter here in the house as well. And a special co-host here today. We're joined by the Spirit. You catch him every Sunday on the Lions postgame show. Cardboard Stick is here in the house. Stick, how are you? Excellent, Stick. Good to hear from you and great to have you here as well. But we're going to be chopping it up. We got a ton of Lion stuff to get to, and we're doing it, everybody. We are doing it. We are here today. Your thoughts, jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts out there as well. All you got to do is subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Do what tens of thousands of you have done already. In the chat, Ryan's reaction, and this was before the show. A lot of you congregate in the waiting room for the show, and you guys know how I do this, right? There are a ton of Lions stuff that we're gonna get to. Are the Lions real in the number one seed? We'll discuss that. We got a great philosophical debate about why this Lions team is good and confidence within the organization. We will take a look at Tampa Bay, because I feel as though it's been a minute since we checked in with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It has. I feel like we haven't checked in with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since Brady was their quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they won the Super Bowl, I think that was about the last of it for us.
Yeah.
So, we'll discuss. We're going to take a look at Tampa Bay and get in there. But Ryan's reaction in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. If we talk about trading JMO one more time, I'm going to flip. And guys, before we get into the show today, I have a serious question for you about this industry, about sports talk, and where we're at. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I'm just excited.
Well, you should be excited. Because, as you know, this was my final training sesh for the half marathon on Sunday.
Nice.
Today.
You ready?
We did a little.
Yeah.
We did a little 5-miler, just a little coast, and we're done. The hay's in the barn. I you know what? I'm part excited and I'm part ready for it. I'm excited for it to be over. It's always hanging over my head. I don't want to run today. Oh, shit, we got to.
Yeah.
And when I say I don't want to run today, but we got to. All right, let's go do this 10 miles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gentry, we got to get down there on Sunday. What time does it start?
The U.S. half marathon starts at 10:30.
10:30 on Sunday. Lions don't play till 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, we can make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Bring the bourbon for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bourbon
about
shower.
Mile 8.
Yeah.
Mile 8. It's real smooth.
Quick bourbon shot.
I drink it for the taste. But yeah, so we wrap that up. The hay's in the barn. The heavy lifting's done. All we got to do now is just go survive the 20-mile-per-hour wind and 80% chance of rain that they're looking at.
Jesus.
So you may want to rethink those plans.
Yeah. That's what ponchos are for.
Well, yeah, and there's very Grand Trunk Pub.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite bars in America down there.
Okay.
Love hanging out there. I'm just saying, you could pass. There are tons of things you can do to pass the time. But Ryan's reaction, if we're talking about trading JMO one more time, I'm going to flip. And while I was on the treadmill at Planet Fitness here, home of the Planet Fitness Studios, got a couple tweets, couple social media DMs and things like that. Pete Smith says Neal Rhul can't go through Canada. No, I'm legal. I just got the passport back in the mail too. As a matter of fact, I renewed the password. Lucas Klotz, I'll run it with you, Neal. No, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But I did get a couple of social media alerts, a couple DMs from the people. A lot of people that listen to this show religiously that said, hey, the morning show, Neal, is coming after you about your discussion of Brian Burns. And Spenmo, did you hear about this? Were you listening to this? Did you catch any of it? No. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that guy. Was leading the charge. And you know how they work on the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday...
Douche in the door.
Douche in the door in the morning. You guys know how I operate with this. Yesterday I said, Brian Burns is one of those guys. Yes, I hear about him all the time. But when I watch him, I never see it. I never see this all-pro dominant force, game record dude that everybody else sees, $25 to $30 million a year guy next year. I don't see it. That's not to say it doesn't exist. It's just when I tap into Brian Burns and the morning show, those little cute kids, you just want to pinch their cheeks a little bit. Oh, Neal, how can you say that? Garble, garble, stats, garble, garble, stats, stats, stats. You know what, morning show? Don't act like you're in there watching Panthers v. Texans in the middle of October, because you're not. When's the last time you sat down and broke down film on Brian Burns? You guys are full of shit, like everybody else in this town that does this kind of stuff. See, here's where it's different. I watch those games, and the games I've seen him play, he's been kind of regular. That's not to say he's not a fine football player. He is. But getting to Ryan's reactions point about this, and I have a question for you guys about sports talk as a whole, because for me, it's starting to get kind of aggravating. Like this Jameson Williams thing has almost turned into a political debate.
Yeah.
It has.
It's bad.
It's real bad, and I don't get the why. I don't understand the why on it. But here's the deal. It's got less to do with, should they keep J-Mo? Should they trade J-Mo? Will J-Mo be a bust? All that kind of stuff. It's past that. Mm-hmm. You had this morning show. You had morning shows on other networks talking about trade Jameson for Brian Burns. Would you do J-Mo in a first-round pick for Brian Burns? When you start working backwards on it, it's ridiculous to say. I'm not about giving first-round draft capital to get a guy that I got to then pay $25 to $30 million to. You guys
fair.
know how I roll. And you know who else doesn't give me that impression as somebody who's like that? Take a guess, Benny.
Brian Burns?
Well, not that.
Brad Holmes.
Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
Is a guy that doesn't give me the impression that that's how he rolls.
He has never shown that he will do that. He has never overpaid for guys. I would agree with that.
Yeah. So, get in the real world here. Don't do, and Sam Flannel loves this term, straw man. You guys created the ultimate straw man thing. And you did it. I know why you did it. I know why the other networks do it. Because when they put that clip out in the morning, when they put the clip on social media, there'll be 25,000 views on it.
Yeah.
There will. So I ask you people, I ask the sports talk consumers, I ask you guys, is this what you want? For real. Because the clicks say it is.
Yeah.
I prefer, and guys, look, I've said this day one when I got behind this microphone. I said it last month. I'll say it today. I'll say it next month. I'll say it forever. As long as I do this job, I'll say it. I am not one of these people that goes in here and hits Spenmo up and says, what can we stir up today? Have I ever done that, Spenmo?
No.
Never. We lay out the topics. We get in here, and I give you my thoughts. Now, I can look at the show sheet and tell you what I think's going to do well based on how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. But when I sit up at this microphone, I've never said, hey, watch me get these people stirred up.
Yeah. Some
people accuse me of that. It is not. Guys, I'm telling you, hand to God, it is not true. I'm just passionate. I'm like you guys. I just have a microphone. That's it. So, I've been in the dirt with Detroit sports. I've been through the glory times. My parents worked in the car factory. Mm-hmm. I'm as Detroit as it gets, like everybody else here, man. So with that being said, is this what you want? Do you want that? Because I thought
clickbaity stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not that.
No.
I want to have talks. I want to have discussions. I want you guys to be involved. I want to get your thoughts on it. Sometimes, here's a wild thing. Sometimes when I listen to people, they open up my eyes to maybe an angle I didn't think of. Mm-hmm. It's really, really weird like that.
And I will say something. I'm not a frequenter of Carolina Panthers football, I'll admit that. But Brian Burns looked pretty good against the Lions. He did look pretty good against the Lions. I will say that. Not J-Mo in a first and $27 million a year good, but he looked pretty good.
As he should be, right? That's what I was told. I just didn't see a game wrecker. You know what I'm saying? From what he's been painted out to be, I didn't see that. Is that fair?
That is fair.
Okay, cool. Pete, Neal, except for your Bo Schembechler takes. I'm not falling for that. Again, anything I do with Bo Schembechler, I'm reading off of Google. 2-8 in the Rose Bowl, no national titles. You guys can fill in the blanks with the other stuff. And he fired Ernie Harwell.
Yeah.
Any lies there?
Nope.
Any hot takes?
Nope.
Any doing something for clicks?
Nope.
He did that, not me. But you get mad at me. He did that. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. David Baxter, we are winning. Why rush the process with J-Mo? That's what I ask. That's where I am.
Yeah.
That's where I am with
Lions
it.
fans.
But if you're not, if you want to say, after 7 games in, he's a bust, and then have at it. Do what you want to do. I'm asking, is that what you want? Nobody. I'm awaiting one of the morning show's host response. I won't say his name because I was told I say their name too much.
Don't we have Wednesdays with Flannel today?
Oh, we do. That's
Yeah.
right. That's coming up. What time do we have that at? Oh, that's 11:56. Wednesdays with Flannel. That should be a delight.
That'll be fun.
And
I gotta grab that
what's that?
graphic for him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, get ready for that. Drew Hardy, Brian Burns for JMO. No, Brian Burns for JMO and a first-round pick and the right to pay the guy between $25 and $30 million a year. Like, work backwards, guys. So that, again, I go back to it. I ask you, is this what you guys want from your sports talk? Because they'll put the clip out and it'll do well.
It will.
100% it'll do well. I know. And look, Spenmo, I'm not talking about, like, the heavyweights. You guys are a sports show, but you buzz the tower with sports.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about, last night we had 2 segments of animated girls and our ranking of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Jessica Rabbit's up there. Yeah.
But you guys do that beautifully.
Yes.
Beautifully.
I appreciate that.
You have your audience that's into it. Your clips bang on social media. Your viewership is great.
It is.
I've told you that time and time again. It's not my thing, ... but I'm not every person.
I appreciate that.
I tap in when I can and stuff like that. So, you guys do a great job with that. You found your slot.
We did.
And it will work. It's been proven. Check the numbers. Again, like Bo Schembechler in the Rose Bowl. Check the numbers.
Numbers don't lie.
They don't lie. So I wonder if that's what the people want, because it seems to be. And I also wonder too, again, start working through it from a realistic perspective. JMO and a first-round pick for Brian Burns and the right to pay Brian Burns a $150 million 6-year contract.
And no thanks.
No thanks, bro. No thanks. So
I'd rather get Chase Young for less.
Yep.
He's still on his rookie deal. And if you go to pay him, it's not going to be as much as you pay Brian Burns.
Sure. You know what? Whatever. I like the guys they have in the room. I like sitting where we are and giving the chef more ingredients to cook with, because I like the meal he's cooked the first 3 drafts.
And
it tastes good.
We do have a live preview of Wednesdays with Flannel.
We do.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
we know how it's going to go down.
He was already cowering down. You see that? You know what I was doing there too? I was intimidating him, and let somebody's hand, pull that back up. Let somebody's hand try to reach in and grab some of that candy corn right there.
Yeah.
And I'll do him like the guy counting cards in Casino.
Oh yeah.
I'll drop the hammer on his hand
That's what it's all about.
and smash his hand.
Remember when Braylon thanked you for the candy corn the other day?
Yeah. Remember that?
He likes candy corn?
The look on Neal's face was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Woodwardsports.com chat thread. Ryan's reaction. Jessica Rabbit, the closest I've ever been to a furry.
She's not a rabbit. Jessica Rabbit is a human person animated.
Depicted in animation.
Yeah, she's the one from Who's Framing Roger Rabbit, his wife. She's fine.
What do you think, Stick?
We go to Stick. Dynamite drop in, Stick. We appreciate
Like I
it.
said,
So,
Jessica Rabbit number 1. Number 2 is Lilo's older sister from Lilo and Stitch.
that's fair.
And then number
Pocahontas?
3, Pocahontas is up there. Number 3 is the girl from On the Road to El Dorado. I don't know her name, but she's...
You don't need to.
No, you don't need to. The hips don't lie.
All right, you guys are pigs. All right, moving on. John Fisher. Who needs enemies when you have, quote, friends like the morning show?
That is true.
Fair. That's all a fair point. So, it was just a general question that I had for the people to see where they were at with it, and I just think that it's insincere on people to do that. I have a problem with that. I do. Now look, you may say, "Hey Neal, it works." Both things can be true.
Both things can be true, and what definitely is true is that Dispo is your local cannabis plug. Make sure you guys tap into Dispo. Dispo Romeo A-Team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory of Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Dispo is now open late until midnight every day except Sunday. Can you get better than that? Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug. Neal, how about Fairway?
You guys know what it is with Fairway Packing already. Fairwaypacking.com, the finest meats in all the land. Look, you ever go out to eat in a restaurant in Detroit? Maybe a casino? Yes, you have. You know where they get their beef from? That stuff you pay top dollar for? They get it from Fairway Packing Company. They're goated. The prime beef, the dry aged beef, the Wagyu. I had the greatest ribeye in the history of my life from Fairway Packing Company when we were out there doing it. Went and bought some steaks, walked out of there, went right home, put them right on the grill, seasoned them up a little bit with their steak rub that they... Unbelievable. Guys, if you're getting your steaks from a grocery store, you're doing it wrong and you're getting an inferior product. Go to fairwaypacking.com or stop by their shop in Grosse Pointe as well. Fairway Packing Company.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate. It's Eastern Market in shed number 5, and it's going to be a bash. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame at Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? Food and beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to your local YouTube. Follow us on IG and direct message Lions VIP to get some tickets today.
Keeping it pushing. We are off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, all by myself up here. Well, no, I do have cardboard Stick here, by the way. Stick, what's up, man? Got that big Woodward Sports hat on. That's pretty funny, Stick. That is pretty funny.
I like that, Stick.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Man, what a goof.
What a goofball.
Yeah, absolutely. People upset, though, with Stick in the chat. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Hey, let's get Stick's take on this. People want to know why is Stick getting so political. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't control other people.
Can't control them.
No, but I'm running it solo here today. But I'm getting by with some help from my friends Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter as well. We'll also have Wednesdays with Flannel. That's going to bang, by the way. I'm telling you guys right now, we're going hard in the paint. So make sure you're around for that.
It's going to be a good one.
Yes, it will be.
Flannel doesn't know what he's walking into.
No, he doesn't. Dr. Clappencheeks. Always good to get Dr. Clappencheeks' thoughts on things.
Definitely.
I bet you if Brad Holmes is active at the deadline, it would be somebody you never saw coming. And I bet that's the case. I don't know. I don't know that they will, but I'll gander a guess. And the trade deadline's what, Halloween?
Yes.
The day after the Monday night game.
Yep.
That place.
It's going to be electric.
A man like you would do very well in that place that night.
I think No. I don't know. I might be there. I'm not sure. I got to check. I might be there for Planet Fitness. And then, after we finish our duties, the polo comes off.
No.
And it's just spending
and everything's off the record. Yeah. But it is, man. It is. It's going to be insane. But no, I bet you I can guess the profile of if Brad Holmes is active at the deadline, what would that look like? My guess would be 30-plus, expiring deal. Didn't cost a ton, maybe a pick swap, maybe a 6th-rounder, 7th-rounder. And it'll be one of those guys where you say, man, that guy only got that much in the trade. I promise you that's what it'll be.
Like Steve Yzerman, Brad Holmes, same ilk of trade deadlines. They're going to get a steal. They're going to get somebody, like they said, you never would have expected, but it's going to make an impact.
Yes. Steve Lehman, Milt Plum, bring them home.
Bring them
home.
Might as well.
Bring the single bar face mask
It's the
out
OG
there.
number 16.
El Gato, trade Broderick Martin.
Yep.
See, now if you want like a draft hot take where everyone's saying trade JMO, you want something like that I truly believe on that. Hey, we could have got a kicker that has kicked a field goal further than 34 yards in the draft, but they took Broderick Martin instead. You want a draft hot take? There you go. Because 3 picks later, Jake Moody went. Remember, I got laughed at for, you can take a kicker in the 3rd round. I was comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I made my peace with it.
You did.
So just remember, Tony D, Broderick Martin equals bust. Is he a bust?
No, he hasn't played yet.
Well, he's a bust then.
No, he's not a bust.
Right?
I'm not.
Let's keep it 100. Can we put it in the chat? Because people are saying, trade JMO. Okay, let's put that on a tier. Is Broderick Martin a bust? Yes or no? Because the morning show, when Sam Flannel gets his ass in here, we're going to, right out of the break, we're going to break it down. Should you cut bait with Broderick Martin? Is he a bust? 248. Sam, why is he a bust?
Yeah.
He hasn't played yet. He's a bust. Get him out of here. They traded up to get him, right?
They did.
Did they not?
They did.
He's a bust. I'm voting yes. He's a bust because I was told he's a bust.
There's time. I know you're being, a little facetious and you don't actually think he's a bust, but I'd like to see him get some playing time pretty soon.
You can't. He's a bust.
Neal, I know you don't believe that.
Now I'm going to call him a bust, and then after I say that, Spenmo, I'm going to say, hey, why don't we package him and a 1st-round pick and go get Aaron Donald? Broderick Martin, right?
That's fair.
They'll want to plug the gap.
Yeah.
They'll want to plug the gap. That's the other thing that makes me laugh about these trade JMO people. I hear them say that, right? They're like, they got, Bryce Young, and you could trade JMO to Carolina. If you think he stinks, don't you think the Carolina Panthers think he stinks too?
That is true.
You see, BMG, you see what I'm talking about here? You start working backwards on this. It's stupid.
It is.
When you say it out loud, it's stupid.
It is. It's very stupid.
And we're going to get the purveyor of one of these stupid opinions, 11:56, and we're locking him in this room, and he's got no escape. You're going to close the cage door. I'm sorry, Spencer, I cut you off.
No, it's all right. We are going to close the cage door. But I'd like to see Broderick Martin get some playing time soon. I don't know what's going on, if he was out of shape, if he's not ready, what's going on there, but like you said, they did trade up for him, so I'd like to see him get some playing time pretty soon, even though the interior defensive line has looked pretty good. Lee McNeil's looked great.
Right. Just as the receiving core has been fine.
Yeah.
It's been fine. He's not going to walk in here and get 13 targets, man. It's not going to happen. Dan Wood, Neal, here's what you do. You call him a bust, then 20 minutes later say he's not a bust. It's the way that people roll now.
That's fair.
I can't do that, man.
You remember someone on this network, he who shall not be named, said Penei Sewell was a bust after his first preseason game.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Stick, what do you think?
R.I.P.
Stick. Get it together, man.
He's choked up.
He is. All right, we'll come back to Stick in a little bit.
Right, Stick.
A little bit later on. Yeah. Robert Colosia, trade Levi Onwuzurike for 2 first-round picks. He's young. He's a young talent.
Yeah, he is. He was wanted. People wanted him.
And we'll throw in Broderick Martin if we have to.
If we have to, yeah.
But don't offer that.
No.
That's my other favorite thing when the people talk trades. Don't offer them right away. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
lowball him.
Yes. Coquet. The world needs plenty of bartenders. Make Sam Flannel resign, Neal. Is that the goal? Is that what people want me to do?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but no, there is a ton of Brandon Katz. The term bust is based on expectations. Martin wasn't the 12th pick. Well, they invested draft capital to get him.
Yeah.
Cat spot. Bust. Hasn't played yet. We're 5 games in. He's a bust. Get him out of here. What?
He's not a bust.
Let's just keep it consistent. No, that's the opinion of every single person that's called Jameson Williams a bust.
That is fair.
They have to be consistent and say Broderick Martin's a bust too. Levi Onwuzurike, bust.
Well, that one.
Right?
Nah, he's just been injured and stuff.
Josh Paschal, bust. Get him out of here. Maybe we can package Broderick Martin, Paschal. Huh?
Yeah.
We warm here?
All right.
We doing that?
I like it.
A first-round pick.
For Derek Brown from the Panthers.
There you go.
Or we could just throw in J-Mo and another first-round pick and get Derek Brown and Brian Burns.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I like that.
Bring them home.
Bring 'em
Bring them
home.
home.
Do you guys see what this sounds like?
Yeah, it sounds
That was the point of it. And look, I'm glad everybody sat through the segment, humored me for a little bit here, kind of hosting the show alone today, which is fine. That's cool. We'll chop it up, man. It ain't hard.
Yeah.
Done 3-hour shows, 4-hour shows before.
That's impressive.
That happened. It was funny, man. I was filling in for Drew Lane on the old ESPN radio. And right before we went on air, 4 hours, man, 2 to 6.
That is impressive.
And right before we went on air, the Michigan hired Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah. There
And
you
then,
go.
and then I just took call after call after call about multiple national championships. I'm still sitting here waiting.
That's all you need.
Still sitting here waiting, by the way.
That is impressive. I don't think I could do a 4-hour show by myself. That is something that I don't think I could do a 2-hour show by myself. But
Yeah.
They could.
you have a gift, Neal. You have a gift.
No, Kyle McKay, 10 first-round picks, J-Mo and Gibbs for Nick Bosa.
I like it.
Bring him
I
home.
like it. Bring him home.
He's already signed, sealed, and delivered.
Stick, how do you feel about this?
Yes,
Good talk.
agreed.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Flannel. The false equivalencies are staggering, and all the Neal bots just eat it up.
The false equivalent.
11:56, Sam. We'll see you then. We'll see you then. Close that door behind you
yeah.
when you walk into this cage. Close that door behind you.
He's not ready for it.
Please close that door behind you. All right, I do want to get in. There's like actual Lions stuff I want to get into, and the numbers are staggering. The numbers are staggering, and out of left field, we're going to start off with something that we just stumbled upon right before we went on air from Lions PR. That Spenny, I think we have to take a couple minutes and discuss it.
I would agree.
All right, let's do it. You tell them about Guardian, Guardian, right?
I will tell them about Guardian because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
One more time for the Sam Flannels in the back. 1-800.
False equivalencies. Stay out.
Stay out, Sam Flannel. And make sure you guys hit up Guardian Alarm. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Now I got to tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. You see Spenny driving around the Blazer. It's courtesy of Les Stanford. They hooked me up. Shout out Ryan Ermanni. Shout out Weston Stanford. Shout out all the great people over there. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com. It's Les Stanford where you can find new roads.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in it.
Neal Rhul here for 5 Iron Golf. You can play, party, and practice in downtown Detroit. You guys already know what it is. 13 TrackMan simulators, certified golf instructors. And hey, even if you're not into golf, it's just a cool place to hang out as well. They got ping pong in there. Oh, by the way, there's a full bar, complete with bourbon and everything. I know. I had some last time I was down there. They got a restaurant, too. You can eat down there. Go to 5irongolf.com. Be a part of their golf leagues as well. They're underway now. But go to 5irongolf.com. Use the code Woodward10 at checkout, and they will give you percentage off of your league fees. That is absolutely correct. Go to 5irongolf.com. Play, party in downtown Detroit with 5 Iron Golf. Keeping it pushing. Big D Energy. Neal Rhul. We're going to talk Detroit Lions. Stick is here in spirit as well. Stick, since we're talking Lions, he got skied up. He's ready to go, Stick. It works for you.
He looks like the guy from Fat Albert.
He looks like a Pac-Man ghost. Yeah, Miss Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying? We got Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter. We're doing all right. We will get through it here today. Mike Bell, just some reaction to what we're talking about. We have a ton of work to do this offseason to keep core pieces. We can't be trading for players who want a bag before taking care of the rookies that we have. And Mike, don't get it twisted. I think Brad Holmes showed us a preview of that with the way he handled free agency this year. What was the overriding theme? Short deals, limited deals, not a lot of term, smaller money moves. So I think he's showing you that right now with the way that he handles things. And I'm starting to get a suspicion too. Spencer, since you're here.
Yes.
The golf extension crowd seems to be getting louder and louder.
They are. I'm getting a lot of tags on Instagram. Getting a lot of tags on Instagram and Twitter.
Let me run this by you real quick before we get into this Lions stat.
Okay.
Again, this is just me spitballing. I don't have any inside knowledge, just something I'm thinking about. I think that Holmes, with what he did in free agency, short-term, limited dollars, here's what I think. I think they're going to get Goff done soon. Not like soon, like next week or the end of the season, but before the next football year. I think they'll get him done, and I think they're going to front-load a lot of the bonus because they got a ton of cap space next year.
Yeah.
I think that they'll shoulder a lot of the heavy lifting up front because they're going to capitalize. This next year is pretty much the last year of the rookie contract freedom hill that they have. Mm-hmm. Guys are going to start coming due after that. What if I'm not going to get caught up haggling for money. I'm not going to say, 52 versus 44. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
We get it. If it's going to get done, it's going to be pretty significant coin.
Yes.
Fair?
Yes.
We're on common ground.
That is fair.
I think they're going to do it. They're going to front load it, take a chunk out of the heavy lifting, and then just kind of keep it pushing.
Do you think it's going to be like a Daniel Jones / Geno Smith contract where it's like 2-3 years, or is it something where they're going to lock him in for?
Well, Goff's still 27. He'll be 27, right?
Yeah.
At the time of this
so,
proposed deal would
I think
get done.
28. Maybe.
28 maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Upper 20s. See, I don't know. That depends. Like, what do you think?
Again, everybody knows how I feel about this. If it gets done, I'd like to see the Geno Smith-esque, 2-year extension.
See, I don't think Goff is doing that though. Because there's a higher ceiling.
Yeah, he does hold a lot of cards.
You see?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to be happy about it.
But this is your seat in the game right now.
See?
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Would have been a lot cheaper last year.
Yeah.
Lot cheaper. But people said, I want to show it. Okay, he showed you.
He showed you.
And he's showing you.
He is.
So, that's just the way that it is.
That's just the way it is.
Aaron Stoner, Neal, what are your thoughts on making a move for Patrick Surtain considering our dwindling defensive back depth and Mosley going down? Cost of acquisition. That's what I'm into. Guys, here's my blanket statement. All right? The biggest weapon that this team has right now is not Jared Goff. It's not Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's not Aiden Hutchinson. It's Brad Holmes with a draft pick. That's the biggest weapon that this franchise has right now. I am not in the business of telling Aiden Hutchinson to not rush the quarterback. I am not in the business of telling Jared Goff to not throw the football. So why would I be in the business of taking draft picks away from Brad Holmes? Give me the why. Give me the why. Does it make sense?
No.
I'm not in that business.
What about this from Brandon Katz? You know, the most on-point guy in the chat.
Right.
Detroit should draft a quarterback and move on from Campbell and Goff.
Can you ban him for an hour or something like that? That's a fireable offense. Ban him and Mario Cristobal from the chat.
I put him in timeout.
Put him in timeout. We can't have that. Look, hey, Cat Spot, I'm probably your biggest ally.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. You do come to the table. There are some things we vibe on. You do come to the table with some good stuff from time to time. I will not have that. That I will not have. You cannot say one of the favorites for the NFL Coach of the Year, one of the betting favorites. You cannot talk about how you need to, quote, move on from him. You cannot say that the NFL QBR leader, according to Pro Football Focus, you should move on from him, quote, when he's a $30 million guy, making half what Burrow and Mahomes and even Lamar Jackson. Yeah, fill in the quarterback names. You cannot say that. And he has another year making half of that. That's irresponsible and foolish.
Yeah, I gave him a little. We'll put him in timeout.
Okay, that's fair.
Gave him a dunce cap, had him sit in the corner.
As far as the Surtain question, I mean, you're talking about the number 9 overall pick in 2021. Are the Broncos in the business of moving on from guys like that?
I don't know. It's weird because he is the best part of their defense,
right?
And their defense is awful. Like, so I don't know if you can afford to hamper that even more.
That's what I'm saying.
But they need so much that the return you'd get for Surtain, it'd give you, a first-round pick and 2 other high draft picks.
Then I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Cost of acquisition. You lose me. The biggest weapon this franchise has is Brad Holmes with a draft pick. So I'm not in the business of taking that stuff away. I got a side question for everybody real quick. Speaking of that, like this whole Brian Burns, Patrick Surtain crowd, all that. You really? And look, I'm doing this a bit tongue-in-cheek. I know it's about business. But it would kind of suck if we had the draft here and the Lions didn't have a first-round pick.
That would suck. That would suck for sure. But I just think that
it would suck.
That's where they are right now, though.
It's time to move,
It's time to move. We think they're contenders. We talk about them as Super Bowl contenders for the NFC. That's what you do in football, where you have these contracts.
No doubt. I'm not against it.
You're not paying Amon-Ra yet. You're not paying Penei Sewell yet. You're not paying Hutch yet. So you have the freedom, the ability to go get a dude, to go get a high-caliber talent to push you over the edge. Like, we saw the Rams do it. It worked out. We saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do it. It worked out. We saw the Eagles do it. They didn't win, but they got to the Super Bowl. So we'll see. I don't know if they do it, but I think now is where you push your chips to the middle of the table. If you believe it. If you truly believe it. And Brad Holmes comes from the fuck them picks lineage, so...
He does. No, and guy, like, I'm not saying, no, I won't do a Surtain trade because... I want a draft pick because the draft's in Detroit. That runs counter to everything that I'm about. I like this one too. DNC ENT. Neal, I will pay for quality. Also, Neal, Max Crosby. Ew. All right, guys, can we do math real quick?
Yeah.
Crosby's on a $100 million deal, a $95 million, something like that.
Yeah.
So you choose him over Hutch?
No.
You got to pick one. I can't give you both. Penei Sewell is a franchise offensive lineman. He will be paid as such.
He's going to be making $25 million a year.
Where does it stop?
Yeah.
DNC ENT? Where does it stop? Ask the Chiefs about that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the Chiefs. So do you want Crosby or Hutchinson? I'll give you one. Who do you want? Because guys, this is what's real. And maybe you don't want to hear this. I don't know. Maybe I'm bad at my job. Maybe you don't want to hear this. Maybe I should just say, bring Crosby home. Put that on Instagram. 22,000 likes.
Bring him home.
Get Max Crosby now, by all means.
Yeah.
Whatever picks you got to give. Go get Max Crosby. Now, Eastern Michigan. Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Literally, bring him home. Maybe that would get 25,000 views. I don't know. But I live in the real world. You want Hutchinson or Crosby? Which is it? Can we pull that one? Hutchinson or Crosby? Which one you want? Because you can't have both. But I was told by other shows on this network, well, the cap's not real. Ask the Chiefs if the cap's real. Ask them, because they'll be able to tell you. So, I know. Hey, put it up there, man. Who do you want? Because you can only get one.
That's true.
And guess what? I still got 2 years of Hutch on a rookie deal. I want Hutchinson. I want Hutchinson. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to fire those messages off.
Flannel says, again, the Chiefs are 4-1 and just fine. Yeah, because they have Patrick Mahomes. We don't have Patrick Mahomes.
Do the Chiefs give you the vibe?
They're not what they used to be.
Thank you.
I mean, they're still good because they have Patrick Mahomes
Right.
and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. But, you know, they're taking hits. Flannel acting like, oh, they're just fine after losing, Tyreek Hill, the best receiver in the NFL.
One of the best tackles in the game.
One of the best tackles in the game.
That's the one.
Frank Clark, the leading postseason sack getter, ever.
You see, like, the Chiefs, Chris Jones, Frank Clark.
Yeah.
Are they both there?
Yeah, and I don't know if the Chiefs needing the refs to beat a Zach Wilson-led Jets team is them being just fine. That's all I'm saying.
DNC, ENT, we can't have both. Amon-Ra St. Brown gone. Or we can have both. Amon-Ra St. Brown gone. Someone's giving him $23 million a year, and it ain't us.
I want it to be us. I'd like it to be us.
That's what I'm saying.
I want Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Just because you don't see it, he is a top 5 receiver in the National Football League. He is, guys. His numbers, his resume, where he is at his point in the career is as good as any wide receiver that's ever played the game.
Mm-hmm. He's a monster. And what he does off the field.
You don't have to wonder where Amon-Ra St. Brown is.
Yeah.
You don't know I know where he is. He's in the fucking weight room.
Yes.
His dad will beat his ass if he's not.
He's at the jugs machine.
He's doing calf races.
Yeah, he is doing calf races.
John St. Brown will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time Kevin Durant did a calf race? I don't know. Hey, when's the last time you tapped in the Lions pregame show? Oh, that's right, before every Lions game. That's what you do, because we do Lions football and we do NFL Sundays better than anybody. Fact. Jeff Iafrate, he's the host. He has weekly special guest hosts as well. Sundays 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. We are your home for all things football, all things Sunday. Just tap in all Sunday long here to Woodward Sports YouTube channel. You get it on the big screen at home. You got the smart TV working. Let's quit acting like this is the 80s and you're watching on a tube TV, all right? Pull it up. It's right there. Bring it home. Bring Woodward Sports home. And you can do it every Sunday, 9:30, the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Big boy. You guys know what it is, right? The very best cheeseburgers in the game. The Big Boy hamburger. What about that pretzel bacon cheeseburger up there? Yeah. Not a burger person? That's cool. More of a chicken sandwich guy? Yeah. The Dolly chicken sandwich. Or what about that? The Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. The Reese's Peanut Butter Thunder Cake Sundae monstrosity that they have. Yeah, it's not like you're going to roll in there and not get that. You are. They have funnel cake fries also for dessert. Big Boy, everybody. One of the best restaurant chains according to Newsweek. Get to your local Big Boy today.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway, take your closest friends, and live it up in the city that never sleeps?
Yeah!
It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Register today at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself. So Cintron, go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to figure out how you can sign up to win.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Neal Rhul. Here with you. Happy to have you along. We got Stick in the house as well. He skied up. We're talking Detroit Lions. Look at him. Look at him. He knows hockey's starting too.
Hell yeah.
Great drop in, Stick. Appreciate you. BMG, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter. You know the usual suspects. Just wrapping up the discussion here that, people asked me, they said, well, Neal, you said you'll pay for quality, but you don't want to get Max Crosby. Okay, then you're giving me Hutch then. Because you can't keep them both. You know who hasn't been able to keep them both? The Chiefs. Ryan's reaction. If you watch Chiefs this year, adding context, they're 2 calls from being 2-3.
They are.
And they are. And again, guys, I'm not devaluing the Lions win in there. I'm not some of the other people, because the NFL is the ultimate play what's in front of you league. You win or you lose. That's it. That's all. But the Chiefs do not look like a Super Bowl champion Chiefs team to me this year.
I would agree.
I think you're going to see a bomb from the AFC in the Super Bowl this year. A bomb. Just nobody that you would expect, because, look, I'm a big Tua slappy. I'm a big Dolphin slappy. But if they don't win the division, they're not going to the Super Bowl either.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are one of those teams, they need home field to go. They just do.
Sam Reynolds in the Woodward Sports chat. Now when
Never
the
heard of
Chiefs
him.
win, it's blame the refs. Flannel, when you get in here, I want you to look us in the eyes and say the Chiefs won that game at the Jets without the help from the refs. I want you to tell me that, because you can't, and you know it's true.
Yes. Ryan's reaction. Don't add context, Sam Flannel. So there's that as well. I did get hit with this stat, though. This came to us courtesy of Lions PR, and it really staggered me when I saw it. And we've heard the thing, right? Like, this is the best Lions rush defense since the 30s, like 1939 overall. Like back when Michigan was a threat to win the national championship by themselves. Steam engines to games.
That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you were less than 10 years out from Michigan winning their last solo national title. 1949, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. So, again, Neal, you're hating on Michigan. You're doing this for clicks. No, I'm reading. I'm reading once again, guys. But anyway, that being said,
this is impressive.
It is. Lions PR. For the first time in Lions history, the team has rushed for 100 yards and held opponents under 100 yards rushing in each of the first 5 games of the season. This is the first time a team in the NFL has done this since 2007. 2007.
Let him cook.
16 years ago.
Shout out to Aaron Glenn.
16. A guy that people wanted fired.
Mm-hmm. After week 2.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not when you say after week 2, it sounds like a long time ago. I'll say 21 days ago, people wanted this man fired. And you got to, whether you're a Glenn Slappy, a Glenn hater, whatever it is, you got to give it up because he figured something out.
Yeah, it's great. You look at Ali McNeil being the number 1 ranked defensive tackle for PFF last week. Isaiah Buggs has been playing great. The linebackers are filling, and when you hold teams to this level, when you're holding teams to under 100 yards 5 weeks in a row, it's not just your defensive line. It's everything. It's your linebackers shooting the gaps, making tackles. It's the safeties and cornerbacks coming up in the run protection and making hits. It's Brian Branch. It's Cam Sutton. It's Jack Campbell. It's Alex Anzalone. It's Derek Barnes. Like, these guys are doing it as a complete unit. You have to be bought in as a team to stop the run at this level for this long.
No question, man. No question. That's a culture thing because the talent's the same for the most part. The talent's the same. You kind of parachuted in Brian Branch, but he hasn't played lately.
See, and again, Brandon Katz, Detroit's pass rush isn't good enough. That stat is misleading. How is the stat misleading? It's literally saying nobody has rushed for 100 yards.
It hasn't happened in 16 years in the NFL. It hasn't happened in 16 years. I'll go Sam Flannel on it. It hasn't happened in 16 years.
There is no misleading stat.
That is not misleading. That's factual.
Yeah.
That's like when I say Michigan hasn't won a solo national title since the 40s and everybody flips out. It's true.
It is true.
It's true. Like, I don't know what else to say. I really, really don't. But it just goes to show you that, and guys, this is going to be tired because I've said this many, many times, but God damn it, it's true, man. The NFL drafts have turned the tide of this franchise. There's talented players here. There's guys that when they draft them, they show up and there's numbers next to their names in the box scores, not zeros. And it's most of the draft picks. That's why it's different. And he stacked talent on talent. Did he hit 100% every pick perfectly? No, you can't. Nobody does. Mm-hmm. But he hits more than he misses. He hits more than he misses, and that's unheard of. The league has never seen drafting acumen like this. Not like this. Like, come on, guys. You can't explain that away. You can't say, oh, that's number talk. That stat's missing. You can't say that. No one in this league's done it in 16 years.
He built this team from the ground up.
No, from below ground.
Yeah,
from below ground.
Yeah.
Because Trey Flowers was his highest paid player. And Jamie Collins were $20 million cap sucks. His first year he was here. He came from below ground. Yeah. He popped out of the coffin.
Yeah.
Like this, and again, man, like I'm not being a cheerleader, dude. I'm just telling you guys what I see. That's what I see. I've been in the dirt with this franchise, just like you. Season tickets the year after they were 0-16. Walking into my seat, sitting down for a play, and saying, let's go to the bar, get out of here. Who's going with me? Did that one year. Mm-hmm. Sat down one play, throw an interception, I'm leaving.
I don't blame you. It's extremely impressive how he's insulated this team. The depth everywhere. Every position has depth. Every position has solid players, guys who make plays. It's awesome. I remember us talking about the linebacking core last year. Like, this is the worst unit on the team. Now you have 4 solid linebackers. Like, it's impressive how he's turned this around so fast.
No, it is. And the numbers are staggering. All these numbers that come out are staggering. And what this defense has been able to do, it's special, man. We're in the midst of a special year. And this is a huge stretch, these 2 games. I'll tell you this. I saw the line change. I'll tell you this, though, as a guy who's sitting up here, quote-unquote, cheerleading, the Buccaneers with 3 in the hook, I would take the hook. I'm not going to lie to you. I would. The Buccaneers 3 flat, what it's moved to today, I'm less interested in.
Yeah.
But you give me the Buccaneers and 3 in a hook, I would probably take it. I would. And if they win these next 2 games, then they're real. Then they're as much of a Super Bowl contender as anybody not named San Francisco.
Nobody can say anything if they go into Tampa and beat Tampa
and go into Baltimore
and beat Baltimore.
You can't nobody tell me nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's for real. I don't expect it. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not predicting it. If they do this, because it's hard to win on the road in the NFL. It's hard to win on the road. And they went in there to Green Bay and took their lunch from them and gave them back that dumbass banana and kept the Oreo cookies.
Hey, bananas are good.
I know, but when you got Oreo cookies.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not.
Fair.
Like, they took it. They took it. They took it from them. They went in there, Kansas City, ring night, won, came back, won the game. You go into those 2 places and win, dude, all bets are off.
Yeah.
All bets are off.
You can win anywhere. If you can win an Arrowhead, you can win anywhere.
That's it. That's all, man. Like, for real, it's incredible, man. Woodward Nights, that's incredible, too. 8 to 10 o'clock right here on the Woodward Sports Network. You know our guy Booner and Broder. They're up there. They're doing it. 2 Detroit sports up-and-coming personalities. If you don't know them yet, you will very, very soon. 8 to 10. Woodward Nights. The nighttime is the right time for Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Tap in, everybody.
And let me tell you about Swiss Insurance. Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177. That's 248-800-4177. It's Swiss Insurance.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
You want the very best in Detroit sports wearables, you know where to go. woodwardsports.com/shop. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt should be an everyday part of your wardrobe.
It's true.
Every day you should have that shirt on, especially now. Going into Tampa, going into Baltimore, you're Stoke Not Scared. woodwardsports.com/shop. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. The Spencer Raxter-inspired Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt.
Yep.
Is out there for the taking also. The very best, as we said, in Detroit sports. Show your Detroit sports pride. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop. Keeping it pushing here, pulling up on hour number 2 of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul, and a cardboard cutout hosting today. Think about that for a minute. But we're rocking it out anyway. There he is. There's Stick. He's skied up. He's ready to go. Right, Stick? Dynamite dropping. Those broadcasting classes are really paying off. Just cleaning up here before we get to Wednesdays with Flannel. Nick Hedigan says, I'll be at M&T annoying Ravens fans when Hutch grabs Jackson by the ankles, turns him upside down, and shakes him down for that lunch money. #Stoke. Kevin Donaldson, in my early season prediction, I took the Tampa game and passed on the Ravens. If they get both, and they very well could, my head would explode. I think, Kevin, they're going through a lot of checkpoints as we've done this, and they're picking up the followers with every stop of the way, right? I think that Panthers game was big for the nature and the way that they won it. Obviously, the Packers game was big, but I think the way that they beat the Panthers with no questions asked, it was the most comfortable I've ever been in a football game in my life. I was at the grocery store with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, right? Examining the strawberries, not even thinking about the Lions game. Speaking of cardboard cutouts, it's that time. Wednesdays with Flannel. You know him from the morning show. And I'll say his name, and they'll use it against me, and they'll say, you can't not say our name, even though I have them on my show to help promote their show, and that's the way we do it. But, you know, that's the way people operate around here. Sam Flannel here in the house. Flannel, what's going on this morning?
Well, apparently a lot. I feel like my name has been in this show a lot today.
I haven't said your name.
Yours has been in ours, so I guess it's only fitting that today is Wednesdays with Flannel.
No, it is.
Right,
it's good. Yes. It's good timing. Good to have you. Hey, thank you for showing up. Number one.
Of course. Yeah. When I saw that you were hosting alone, I was like, oh boy. I mean, you can do it obviously, but it was just like,
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
1 o'clock's gonna get here.
Of course.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about that. All right, Flannel, let's cut the shit.
All right.
So this morning, I get some DMs.
Yeah.
I'm training at Planet Fitness. Shout out Planet Fitness Studios.
Shout out.
Training at Planet Fitness. Final workout for the half marathon, by the way. And I get some text messages and DMs from people. They're like, hey, the morning show's talking about you. They're bringing your name up, saying that you're an idiot about Brian Burns and kind of crushing your take on it. So I have a question for you, Flannel.
Yeah.
And Juicy J. You can speak for him.
Okay.
I want to know how, when my take is, I know everybody loves Brian Burns, but every time I've ever watched him play, I always am left wanting more from, quote, one of the best defensive players in the game of football. I want to know how you can crush me on that take when I'm just telling you what I see, Flannel.
Because I'm actually giving you numbers and facts to back it up. He had 12...
Oh, I know, because that's all you do.
Okay.
At what point was he a game wrecker on Sunday? At what point did he dominate the football game? Did I go, holy shit, my team's going against Brian Burns. Okay. What am I going to do?
I mean, he got a sack. And think about this. Didn't he have 2 last year against the Detroit Lions? Oh, that's right, he did. You can't just say, like, I feel like Brian Burns when he plays. Like, I don't see much from him. I'm giving you numbers. He had 12.5 sacks last year. He has 4 in 5 games this year. He had 2 of 9 sacks.
Stats.
Brian Burns is one of the best defensive ends.
Stats.
Those are actual numbers. It's more valid than your feelings when you watch him, Neal Rhul.
When was the last time you... How much Panthers-Texans are you watching on Thursday night on Amazon? How many times you tapping in to that Panthers-Falcons rivalry on December 15th? How many times, Flannel? How many times you watching them? You got the notebook out, Flannel?
No.
You're breaking down schematics with Brian Burns? Do you like the way he moves left? Do you like when they chip him from the right side, how he reverses field? You love his spin move, Flannel? You love the way he covers backs out of the flat? Break it down, Flannel. Give me your scout's take on him.
All right, he's had 3 sacks in those last 2 games.
No, I don't want the numbers. Tell me
numbers?
How? How does he do it? Why is he good? I can look.
Why
at the
is he
numbers
good?
on
Are you
Google.
saying he's not good, Neal Rhul?
Tell me what is good about his game. Tell me.
Because he's an elite pass rusher.
No. Not the numbers, Flannel. What does he do that you like?
Gets to the quarterback.
Not the numbers.
I said gets to the quarterback.
How? How does he go about it? What makes him different?
I mean, his moves on the outside, his speed, his power. I mean, he does it all.
Okay.
He's been a 2-time Pro Bowler, bro.
Okay. What? Third time. What about his game do you like?
I said it!
Schematically, what does he do?
Schematically.
Yeah,
I don't watch every single Panthers game.
You don't watch any Panthers games, Flannel?
I mean, I've watched the last 2 against the Lions, in which he's been damn good.
That's it. That's all you've watched. All right. And guess what? They got murdered. They were down before they even got off the bus. They were down 28-7.
Okay, that was a total team defeat. That wasn't Brian Burns' fault. It was a total
But he also
team
wasn't
defeat.
part of the solution.
Okay, but you can't be a solution to a win when you're that inferior of a team. We all knew that the Detroit Lions were going to destroy the Panthers. Even you could get Nick Bosa out there and he wouldn't have made a difference in whether or not the Lions win. You could have got Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald out there or Micah Parsons and they wouldn't have made a difference in whether the Lions win. Brian Burns did what he could do, but the Panthers are just not a match for the Lions this year. That's facts. We all know that.
Right.
They're the only winless team in the NFL.
So, and speaking of that, the follow-up to that, all right?
Yes.
I did you see the open to the show?
Yes, I
did. Okay, so you heard me talking about it.
Yes.
So you know where I'm going with this right now. You don't believe that, right? You're not part of this JMO and a first-round pick for the right to pay Brian Burns $30 million a year. You're not a part of this, right? You're not part of this movement. You don't believe it. You're sitting there saying it into a microphone. You don't believe it, do you?
I never said that on the morning show. We can watch the tape. We were just talking about some hypothetical pieces that the Lions could add. I personally would rather have Chase Young than Brian Burns, and I think he's more affordable because his fifth-year option was declined, and he's kind of seen as, I disagree, as a depreciated asset because of his injuries. But what I did say is, and maybe you guys aren't going to like this, the idea of trading Jamison Williams, it's not the most absurd thing in the world. I wouldn't say I would do it. I'd probably wait till the season's over, but it's not absurd. I don't think it's absurd.
Okay. So, getting back to this Brian Burns thing.
Yeah.
So you because I'm offering you this. You're part of that crowd. You want Brian Burns? Okay, you got to give me Hutch then, because you can't have them both.
Aiden Hutchinson's better than Brian Burns.
Then what are we talking about here?
I never said bring Brian Burns home.
Bring him home.
We were spitballing. That's all we were doing. And I get it. Brian Burns
landed at Metro Airport. He knows the area.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. He passed the tire on I-94. Bring him home.
No, I don't want Brian Burns if it's gonna get in the way of us paying some of our guys. I'm just saying that
he might have had coffee at Birmingham Roast. Bring him home.
Bring him home.
But I mean, I'm not talking about bringing him here. I'm talking about that he's a good player. You're like basically saying he's mid.
He got caught in traffic from that bridge they're building over Wayne State. Bring him home.
Bring him home.
If we could afford it, everybody in this room would love Brian Burns. I know it's an if, but we would.
I would not.
How would you, if we could afford him?
But you can't.
Okay, fine.
So why waste the time talking about it?
It was just something that was spitballed on the morning show.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
That's all it was.
Morning, wacky, zany morning
just
show.
Just a little hypothetical, hypothetical moves that could be made.
Where's the sound drop of a baby crying and all that kind of stuff?
And I did say I'd rather have Chase Young. For the record, I did.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
He played a game in Ann Arbor.
Hey, Chase Young has been damn good this year.
He has.
He's got 27 pressures in 4 games. That's unbelievable.
Lions of Detroit. I like our D-line the way that it is. Sure. Fortify the secondary. Jonathan Anton. Sam is dumbfounded. Ransom. Dong. R.I.P. Sam Flannel. They're not telling you how to do your job, Gentry, but they're telling you how to do your job.
Do you want to really put the nail in the coffin?
Oh, yeah. Sam, while I'm on camera, take that monitor and flip it around to your side so you can see it, okay? Because you need to see this. So I'll keep it going right now while we do this. And I want you to sit back down because you're going to need to sit back down. We talked about the Chiefs earlier.
Yeah.
We were discussing the Chiefs. They just don't look the same. I don't get the same vibe. And look, I can't say, hey, I'm not going to disparage the Lions' victory in Kansas City and then say, hey, they are 4-1, because they are. Mm-hmm. And it's a league of winning. Yeah. It is. But you can't say that you don't get the vibe that they're not as good this year. Be honest with me, Flannel. Don't do that morning show, douche in the dork in the morning shit. All right, be honest.
Okay, but this idea that we're basically putting the Kansas City Chiefs in the trash, I think is absurd. Did you know that Patrick Mahomes actually has more touchdown passes than Jared Goff this year? I'm not saying it's factual. Isaiah Pacheco has been the best running back that Patrick Mahomes has ever played with. Their defense that was supposed to be dead and buried after Frank Clark left, is actually top 10 this year. Chris Jones is having the best season of his life. You put Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid with a top 10 defense, the Chiefs are going to be fine.
Are they, though?
Yes, they're fine.
Because Patrick Mahomes is mercurial, right?
Yes.
He's mercurial this year.
This year he hasn't had his best season, but he's still an MVP candidate. More touchdown passes than Jared Goff.
All right, well, I would like you to take a gander at this up here. Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields, old head-to-head here. Justin Fields, more yards per pass attempt. Justin Fields, more passing touchdowns. You love stats, right?
Yeah.
You love stats.
Yeah.
For the fantasy crowd, Justin Fields, more fantasy points than Patrick Mahomes this year. So basically, you could put Justin Fields back there and get the same results from, they don't have Patrick Mahomes. That's what's different. So Justin Fields could do his job then, right or no?
No,
but by the numbers right there. Every time they've dropped back to pass, you've gotten more out of a Justin Fields pass than a Patrick Mahomes pass. These are facts, Sam Flannel, because it's the numbers, because he's good.
Justin Fields, the last couple of games, he has been very, very good. He has had 8 touchdown passes in 2 games. I'm not one to disparage Justin Fields, and while we're at it, he also has more touchdown passes than Jared Goff.
Cordell Walker, Justin Fields must be better than Patrick Mahomes.
He's not. But then DJ Moore's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nobody would say that, would they? DeAndre Swift is better than David Montgomery, right? Right? Just because of these year's numbers. That's what you guys are basically saying.
I'm just saying maybe the Chiefs' offense will be better off. Maybe if Justin Fields was there, they'd be better off per pass.
No. Justin Fields
I didn't make those up. Those are the numbers.
Okay, but Justin Fields did have 3 really, really bad games to start the season. And he's had some really, really costly turnovers. Can we all agree on that? Like 2 pick sixes that have cost him games. A lost fumble that was returned for a touchdown that cost him a game.
You want to know when you got somebody caged in here? Because you get cat spots saying field stats are misleading because he played Denver. The old misleading thing.
I thought Denver was back, Cats.
RM Dole 19. That's your logic, though, Sam. With the Brian Burns stuff, that is your logic. What? This is what the hill you die on all the time.
Brian Burns is good.
Sure.
Whoa, hot take. Sure. Brian Burns is good.
And Patrick Mahomes is just middle of the road this year. They're not the same Chiefs.
He has more touchdown passes this season than Jared Goff. That's also facts.
Okay, Flannel.
DJ Moore has more receiving yards than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, they're not the same Chiefs, Flannel. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
4-1. Okay, put them in the trash then.
They're not going to the Super Bowl.
Yes, they are. 100% they are.
You want to rerun the coffee you already owe me from Roast? They will not play in the Super Bowl.
Okay, fine.
All right, double or nothing.
I mean, the Kansas City. I mean, who's gonna knock him off?
So this is the year a bomb's going to drop in the AFC.
Okay.
This is the Giants wild card 9-7 team goes to the Super Bowl in the AFC.
All right.
So
we'll see.
There it was, final. Anything else I missed in the morning show?
I don't think so. I think we always put out a good product.
Absolutely. Jared Goff has less picks than Patrick Mahomes, Flannel.
That's fine. And Patrick Mahomes has less picks than Justin Fields and less fumbles lost, so we can play this game too.
Okay. I just wanted it out there.
All right.
What do you think about that their numbers are pretty comparable? And from if you want to break it down, again, by the math, you're better off Justin Fields throwing the ball than Patrick Mahomes every down.
Justin Fields, for the record, I thought that he was going to be good before the season. I kind of wrote him off after the first 3 games, and then he's bounced back. We'll see how it all plays out.
Okay.
It is funny, though, how you've always caped up for Justin Fields, but you throw, like, Justin Herbert in the trash every moment you get.
Why is that funny?
Because Justin Herbert is eons better than Justin Fields.
But you know what, though, Flannel? I'm used to it. I really am. I'm used to it. I'll draw the sword against the oncoming army every single time, and I did it before. I did it before with quarterbacks in this league. You know of one.
Yeah.
You were on the show. Who was first to the party?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Who also has kind of fallen off a little bit this year, but we'll see.
Okay. I know it when I see it, Flannel.
All right.
It's like art, man.
Okay.
8 to 10 a.m., right? Morning Woodward show.
8 to 10 a.m., yes.
You and who else?
Jeff Iafrate, Lucas Klotz, JB Smooth.
You guys have a full crew there? Wow.
Yeah. Definitely. I know you can do it, but I saw that and I'm like, oh boy.
It's no problem, man.
No problem, though. Yeah.
1 o'clock's coming.
1 o'clock is coming. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just like 8 o'clock happens every morning, and you can catch.
100%.
I don't say their names because I was told, so somebody's going to run the transcript on it, see how many times I say their name.
Oh, that's right.
So I just don't do it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you say your name.
All right.
Flannel, I appreciate you coming by, though, man. It's always a lot of fun.
Always fun.
Thanks, Flannel.
Thank you, Spenny.
Hey, good talk, Flannel. Hey, you guys saw Stick up here, the cardboard cutout. You get real life Stick on the Lions post-game show alongside Tom Mazaway as well. That is your first stop. As soon as the Lions game is over, the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, Maz and Stick. Maz pops the collar. Maz does he wear the bracelet too? I got to get confirmation on that, but it's directly after all Lions game, the Woodward Sports Lions post-game show. Tap in to that. And hey, I've told you guys, we are live at the Planet Fitness Studios. Yeah, see that right there, Planet Fitness logo. Hey, there's a ton of corporate taglines they want me to say in here, but the bottom line is this: I'll never be a member at a different gym than Planet Fitness. Hard stop. They're the best gym in the gym game. Hard stop. Wherever I go, we do shows all over Metro Detroit. Just so happens there's over 50 Planet Fitnesses in Metro Detroit. One's always a couple miles away from where we're doing it, and I'm getting that work in. You guys know that. PlanetFitness.com, pull in the parking lot of a couple. You're going to pass a lot on the way home. It's the best gym in the gym game. Clean facilities. Get your shower. Get your locker room. Get on with your day. PlanetFitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Co., official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports Network. Michigan-grown, family-owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, and even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, Snow X plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Co. has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing, delivery to your doorstep. Only Outdoor Equipment Co. OutdoorEquipmentCompany.com, your power equipment playground.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy. Big thanks to Sam Flannel for coming
Shout out
through.
Flannel.
Yeah, shout out Flannel. I love it. I do. It is a lot of fun. Neal Rhul here, cardboard cutout of Stick, co-hosting here today as well. Big Mike Gentry. He's skied up. He's got the candy corn. So, he's ready to go, I guess. Now we know it's fake because he's not eating that trash.
That is true.
Some people are out there, though. Spencer Raxter, BMG, happy to have you guys with us. Woodward Sports Reaction to Wednesdays with Flannel. Soft Jones. I think Sam Flannel needs a job sweeping up the hair at Lady Jane's. We could probably put it a word for him.
We could swing that, yeah.
We could probably do that.
I'm sure Jesse would be cool with that.
Namahi says, I wonder if Neal ever gets tired of owning people. I do not. His back must be sore carrying this entire franchise. No, it's all good. I just internalize it. 1 o'clock's going to happen.
It's fair.
It's going to happen. It's like on Sunday when I'm about an hour in and you think you're done, but you're not even halfway done.
No.
You say, hey.
It'll get here eventually.
An hour and 20 minutes, ma'am. It's over.
How long is it on the treadmill?
I did 12 miles on the treadmill.
What?
And it was I had to stop to go to the bathroom once.
Yeah.
So it was 100 all told, including that stop. I think it was 123 minutes.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
2 hours
Never.
on the treadmill.
And
No
keep in
thanks.
mind too, when you get through 12 miles, you still have 1.3 miles to go.
Yeah. That sounds
miles.
so terrible.
Oh, it is.
Like I said, I do 30 minutes on the treadmill, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I can go lift after this.
Well, not to get all granular on it, but because that's what you prioritize, getting off the treadmill.
That's fair.
So you build it up in your mind, and your mind knows that.
Yeah.
And it says, hey, get me out of here. I don't like this.
Yeah.
You got to tell your mind, hey, shut up. We're going 2 hours and 15 minutes here.
My mind is weak, especially when it comes to a treadmill.
That's between you and your mind.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it takes work, man.
That is fair.
It takes work. And one day you have it, some days you don't. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
And it's going to be awful Sunday from what I saw. Upper 40s, rain, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. I would rather be anywhere else in the world but be there. But we're doing it. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
We're doing it. So, body, I don't want to hear it. Shut up. I know you can deal with it. You've dealt with it in the past. You can talk all you want in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's fair.
Say whatever you want when we're done. But we're talking football, obviously, talking Detroit Lions as well. Nick says, Neal, no rain now. All right, that would be awesome. Mr. K. Wells, my mind's telling me no, but my body. You didn't do the part. My body is telling me yeah. Machiavelli sucks to go. Candy corn nationalism. LOL. Yeah, I guess it is.
Brandon's arguing with a real lawyer in the chat right now.
Really?
Yeah, him and Robert Colosio are going back and forth, and this is Brandon's comeback.
Dan Wood, Neal bots unite. I guess I don't know that I have bots.
Lawyer fights.
You know who wins in a lawyer fight? The audience watching.
Yes.
Because somebody's going to lose.
Oh, for sure.
That's what it is. I did want to get to this because I think it's important to discuss it, and we have the video, right?
The Sam Laporta?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have the Sam Laporta video. And I saw a story that it didn't reference this directly in the story, but I thought it made a lot of sense as something to bring up because I want to ask you, the people, about it. Listen to Sam Laporta, a rookie, by the way, talking about Dan Campbell.
You know, you see a team that comes in 0-4, and the fans might be like, oh, it's just an easy win. Certainly not. I mean, they came out and fought really hard today. Every game in this business, it's tough sledding, and you really got to show up and execute. So, it's great that we're 4-1 right now, and we're excited for next week.
And that's a rookie. So he doesn't have enough time in the game to formulate his own opinions, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just reacting to what he's told and what he sees.
Yep.
And that was my praise for the Lions. The way that they just went in there and destroyed Carolina. Not because Carolina's some juggernaut or good team or anything, because that's what good teams do. They handle their business. Sam Laporta sounded like a man that just got done completing a business assignment. And he did it. And the job was done, and they moved on. I was reading a story in The Athletic about how the Detroit Lions share their coach's confidence. And I will say this. What's the biggest difference with this team outside of talent? That's the easy word, right? Talent. Talent's different. They got Aiden Hutchinson. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got Penei Sewell. Neal, they got talent. They didn't have talent before. Fair. What's next in that line? Because it's not just the talent thing. These guys play with confidence.
Yep.
These guys play with a calm that you can only get in confidence. And Spenny, that was a great segue, because talking about the treadmill, when Sam Flannel asked me, talking about doing the show by yourself, there's a confidence to it.
Yeah.
I know I've been in the mud. I know what it takes to do it. So I'm not worried about it. We're going to do it. That's, Sam, Spenmo, that's the biggest vibe that I get. And for Sam Laporta, a rookie, to sound like that, that told me a lot.
It does tell you a lot, and it shows you that it trickles down. You know, it starts obviously at the top with Sheila Ford-Ham, goes to Chris Spielman, goes to Brad Holmes, goes to Dan Campbell, and then he exudes it into his players and coaches. When you have a leader of men that can get these guys hyped like Dan Campbell has, they have supreme confidence. And they showed, you know what gave them confidence? Week 1, going into Arrowhead and beating the defending Super Bowl champs. That is, we can beat anybody. We can hang with teams. We can do this. Like they did last year, where at the end of the year they were busting off a stretch that was the best in the NFL. Like, they know that they can hang with anybody in the NFL. They feel the confidence, and it starts from the top, and it goes through the whole organization.
And Motown Cool says, that's not a fair assessment, Neal. It was only one interview, LOL. And I know you're saying that tongue-in-cheek. And Motown Cool, I'm not coming at you because I know that you were kind of joking a little bit, but it did tell me a lot. Like, that little short soundbite told me a lot. And you guys are going to laugh at this. Spenmo is not a Jared Goff guy. I was. Like, we butted heads about that in the past. There were two things about Jared Goff when he got to town that got through that first year. And I put a lot into this. I do. And I'm gonna play the card. I've been in the room.
That's true.
I've been in the locker rooms before. I've talked to these guys. The ones that are cool about it seem to hit different. And for me with Jared Goff, it was kind of a two-factor authentication. I put in the password, which was I've seen him do it before, which was I've seen him be undefeated against Patrick Mahomes, which is I've seen him throw for 400 or 500 yards on a Monday night game against the Chiefs. I've seen it. He's done it. He's taken a team to the Super Bowl. I know Todd Gurley took him, according to some people, whatever. He's been on a team and was a starting quarterback for a team that played in a Super Bowl, that had wins in the playoffs and things like that. That was me putting in my password. The text message that came with the code, for me, the code that I copy and pasted, was listening to him around town talking to the media. Listening to him at, he was 25 when he got here? Mm-hmm. At 25, now granted he had been through a lot of things. At 25, hold court with the media. Hold court with the way that he talked, the way he talked about teammates. He was calm. Even in the game, he's calm. Shit goes bad, he throws an interception. What happens? The Lions hold him to a field goal. He takes him right back down the field. They score a touchdown. Next thing you know, it's 24-7. Like, that's, for me, that's what it was with Goff. Like, we can get into arm strength and accuracy and all, like, the granular football stuff. But this stuff is real. Having a calm about you when everything's going wrong around you, when you do throw that interception. Now, granted, he went almost 400 passes without throwing one. But with all that said, that's why I bought in. Sam Laporta, already. Like, we joke about the Iowa stuff, and we laugh, ha-ha, he-he, and all that stuff. But Sam Laporta's got that same kind of build, that same kind of vibe. Hutch is that way. Hutch plays a little more emotional than most, but Hutch is kind of similar in that respect, too. It seems to be a theme. Amon-Ra St. Brown. You go down the list. Penei Sewell. Now, Penei Sewell is a little more intense than most.
Yeah.
But he's not demonstrative.
No, it's leaders.
Yeah, and it's I always used to poo-poo that. Spenmo. I did. Like, you show me a team that wins, I'll show you a good locker room. You show me a team with a losing record, I'll show you a bad locker room.
That's fair.
I always thought it went hand in hand. But for this Lions team, in this space, with where they are right now, I think it's a very, very big part of it. Yeah. I undersold it before. I'll raise my hand. I'll tell you guys when I'm wrong. I undersold that.
Yeah, with how what they are, what the Lions were, to now the confidence, what they are, the locker room, starting with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, obviously Sheila Ford-Hamp, Chris Spielman, instilling this new culture into the team. Like, nobody preaches culture more than D-Mac, and you can see that they have it now. Like you said, with guys like Jared Goff being leader, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson, this is a fun place to be. They're having fun and they're winning, and that cures all problems.
Right. No, it absolutely does. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. He has a been there, done that attitude, and he's still only 28. Exactly. Like, people forget that, man. I think if you did a poll of Detroit sports fans, how old is Jared Goff? I bet like 31 would be the answer.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
He's 28 years old.
Right. So, again, it's one of those things where it just exudes everybody. Everybody that's good on that team, everybody that's out there, there is no panic. And I think we're picking up on that as a fan base. Speaking of picking up, if I got to pick up, some cat food, we got the cat now.
Yeah.
I got to pay attention to these things.
You do. You should go to Premier Pet Supply, because Premier Pet Supply is where you go when you don't want to settle everything for your pet. And I love my girl Holly, so I'm not going anywhere else. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. Make sure you go there if you want to give your pet the best.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-rolled called Honolulu Blue. It smells good like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one yet, these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check out online at gloriouscanna.com.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul. Just Neal Rhul, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well here with you. All of you, by the way, thanks for tapping in on the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts in, and keep it pushing because we're chopping it up. And we've talked a lot of Lions football. I do want to go... I do want to get to some college football a little bit later on, which certainly I will. But I do want to just take a look, the first look, I guess, because as we said in the open, I feel like when last we all checked in with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was what Tom Brady walking off the field with the Super Bowl trophy, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty much the last time we've crossed paths. Now I know that. The Buccaneers played the Lions and stuff like that, but we were in a different football life at that time.
Yes, we were.
Those are memories we've suppressed. Fun fact about that game when they played at the at Ford Field, I was doing football audition tape, play-by-play.
Yeah.
I was up there calling that game. I called a quarter of the game and laid down some tape. So
Hell yeah.
that was pretty funny. But I want to take a look at the Buccaneers. Because, again, some of the names are the same. Some of them are not. I don't want to say I'm worried about this game. Worried is a bad way to put it. Worried sounds like you don't think that the team can win. Certainly the Lions can win. If you set that line at 3.5, which it was yesterday, it is not today, and said you got to pick a side, I would take the Buccaneers plus a 3.5. I would. I just would. Road games hard in the NFL. They are hard. They are tough to win. And the Lions are getting to that territory right now because what's the formula for a team? Now, this goes back to the 16-game schedule for easy math because I know that I'll say, if I say, well, in the 17, they got 9 home games, so go 9-0 at home and go 4-4 on the road. And they'll say, well, they only have 8 home games or whatever. I'm not in the old 16-game schedule. We played 8 at home, 8 on the road. Mm-hmm. The formula was you go 8-0, or 7-1 at home, and you go 5-3 on the road. That's 12-4.
Yep.
So 5-3 on the road. That's tough, right? You lose some games.
That's tough to do.
Like that's the way it happens. You lose games on the road in the NFL. Again, look at Sam Flannel's god, Patrick Mahomes. Two times a year he plays a stinker on the road.
Yeah.
They just get away with it sometimes, so we don't notice it. But I'll say this about the Buccaneers. As I first look at the roster, you say, all right, some of the names are the same. Like, obviously, they still have Mike Evans. They're expecting him back from the hamstring dealio. He's banged up a little bit. That guy never misses games, by the way. Never misses games. I see Chris Godwin's out there. Good player. Mm-hmm. Real good player. Mm-hmm. Tristan Wirfs.
Not as good as Penny Sewell, but a good player.
But a very good player.
Yes.
Very good player. You flip over to the defensive side of the ball. Vita Vea. Good player.
Yes.
Devin White. I've always been a Devin White sim.
Devin White's a dog. So is Levante David.
Levante David. You wanted to bring him home.
I did want to bring him home.
And then the Buccaneers went in and snuffed it out.
Kept him home.
They kept him home. You wanted to bring him home. They kept him home. Shaq Barrett.
Very good player.
Man.
Their defense is nice.
Yeah, dude. Like
Jamal Dean.
This isn't the Buccaneers I was promised.
No.
I thought that this was kind of ha-ha, he-he. You go down there to Florida and you get the win and you keep it pushing.
Mm-mm.
Like Baker's the quarterback. Ha-ha, he-he.
Baker looks pretty good. Looks like Maz was right. No, it's the Bucs. They have a great offensive line.
Yeah,
they have great skill position players.
And we just went through the affinity for the guys defensively. And like what am I missing?
I don't think you're missing anything.
I think the Buccaneers with 3.5 is very, very good living.
Yeah, Bucs are a good team.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Soft Jones. The Bucs are loaded. Just need an average quarterback to be respectable. Baker's doing that. He either lights us up or we sack him 10 times. And I know it's cliche to say, tell me how the quarterback plays and I'll tell you who wins the game. But this is the ultimate that.
Yeah.
Like this game is, I feel like if Baker Mayfield plays well, they're going to win.
Rashad White's a good player too.
Yeah. Like you see what I'm saying, man? Mm-hmm. I honestly, if Baker Mayfield plays well, they're going to win.
Yeah. Probably.
Am I crazy?
No, it's you're on the road against a team, like I said, with a top 5, top 7 offensive line in the NFL, a fantastic defense littered with Pro Bowlers, and you have great skill position players. It's up to Baker Mayfield. It really is.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, worried. They're going to lose a game or two on the road this year, guys.
Yes.
They are. Like, especially at Tampa, at Baltimore, at the Chargers. They're going to lose a few games.
At New Orleans.
It's tough, man. If they win this game, I'll be impressed. I'll be more impressed.
Yeah. I'll definitely be more impressed than Carolina. This is a game. This is a team. This is a team that's probably going to be in the playoffs. This is a team that you're going on the road into their house. This is a measuring cup game to see, like, yeah, okay, the Chiefs win. That was huge. Seattle losing in overtime. All right, Seattle's a good team. You barely lost. You played a couple stinkers. And now you're going back to a team that is real, a team that has expectations, a team that's fighting for a division, fighting for the playoffs. So this is a measuring cup game to see where they're at.
Rhett Carlson, Rhett, I haven't seen you here before. Appreciate you tapping into Big D Energy. Says our O-line is going to dominate their D-line.
I hope so.
And we just got done talking, Vita Vea. The heavyweights, they told me Kalijah Cansey is it.
Yeah. No. That was morning show.
I was told Kalijah Cansey was it, and it was a must draft for the Lions. I was told by somebody on the heavyweights. If it wasn't you,
I don't know.
Trying to remember who else it would be. We keep receipts around here.
That's fair.
I know a lot of people
him
don't.
at 16.
Okay.
Yeah. We were both off of it at 7. Like, no way.
Okay.
But he said 16, he wouldn't mind it. He's hurt, though, I think. I don't even know if he's playing.
Yeah, I think he's questionable.
Okay.
I was told that. I was told that by multiple shows here. And I'm like, man, he must be good then. The Buccaneers must be a problem. And so when I read that comment, I thought, man, that must really not be the case. I would think our offensive line, a push would be more than fair.
Yeah. The offensive line is done. Lions' offensive line is top 2 in the NFL.
No, absolutely.
And they are too.
Absolutely is. So I wanted to take a first kind of glance at it before Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah. Great player. The greatest troll of all time.
Yeah.
When he threw up the piece in Tyreek's face during the Super Bowl after he picked him off.
That was pretty tight, though.
That was legendary.
Yeah, it was legendary. That. You know what? And look, just keeping it 100 with you guys. Because I said, you want a low-key winner? I like the Falcons to win that division. The Bucs are going to walk away with this thing.
Yeah, they very well could.
If they stay somewhat healthy, they're going to walk away with this thing. So, let's be real. I will say this: the Lions giving them 3.5 that's an overreaction to the hype. Is that fair? That's a lot, man.
I mean, I think the Lions are going to win.
I think they can win, certainly.
Yeah.
They're not going to go in there and beat them by 10 points.
No. I think they can beat them by a score, though.
Field goal's a score. That ain't the field goal ain't 3.5. Hey, kick off your NFL Sundays every morning with Woodward and Maine. Our Detroit Lions insiders, Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster, every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Guys, just tap in. Sunday morning. Fire up the smart TV. Lock into Woodward Sports YouTube channel. You don't need anything else. We got you covered. Nobody's doing football better than we are. The legendary Foster on the show as well. They also do an episode Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. as well. So make sure you tap in the very first word on your Detroit Lions with our own Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show. And after you get done with that, maybe you're headed out somewhere. You want to watch the game, go out somewhere. How about Hamlin Pub? That's the spot. It's a spot where you're a regular. Just the place where you want to be for all sporting events. And by the way, all NFL games, all Michigan sports, which the Detroit Lions would count for both, they got game day specials for you every single day of the week. Half off pizzas on Thursday. What's tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Thursday. Slide right in. There's 7 Hamlin pubs around the Metro Detroit area. I was there doing my fantasy hockey draft. One of my favorite spots to be. Experience your new favorite pub for all things sports at Hamlin Pub.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness.
You know it.
Now through October 13th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. You belong in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Neal Rhul here for Academy of Warren, kindergarten through 8th grade that features AM, PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and kindergarten through 8th grade athletics in a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field as well that can be used for 7-on-7 football. Take a look around. Go to academyofwarren.net. Still time to enroll, everybody. Academy of Warren. Keeping it pushing here, Neal Rhul, all by myself. But it's all good, though. We're taking you through. We've had a lot of fun. We got stick in the house, too. Cardboard stick. Kind of like the COVID era. He's skied up, though.
He is skied up.
He's candy corn. Got the candy corn out, too. Thanks for stopping by, Stick. Appreciate you, man. Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, wherever you get your podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Drop a 5-star review. How many stars?
5
stars. 5-star review. 5 of them, if you would be so kind. My son actually asked me this in the car ride on the way home from school yesterday. And we've had him on the show, Cristiano, before, asking him, why is it so hard to put dishes in the dishwasher and all that kind of stuff. But we were talking, and he told me, he said, Dad, look at the way Michigan pounded Minnesota. They should be the number 1 team in the nation. And so I got to thinking about it. Can we drop that in the poll? I want some live reaction. Should Michigan be the number 1 team in the nation? We ran this a week ago, and we didn't even poll it because it was pretty much universally no from our very pro-Michigan audience. I was surprised.
Surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised. I gave you guys a lot of credit for that. It was kind of a very realistic, setting. But I want to ask you, did that win over the carnival barker, PJ Fleck, with the monkey on his shoulder, with the coffee cup?
Come on.
Yeah, greatest show on earth. Did that change things for you guys? So Spenmo, put it up there. Should Michigan be the number 1 team in the nation? And I'm curious to see where this goes. And you guys know what we're going to say. Mr. K. Wells about the Lions. How nuts would it be around here with another double-digit win on the road against a solid opponent? It would be crazy. But, we're talking about it. Let's Go Red Wing Sparty said Minnesota didn't have a bearded lady, so no. Look at the freak show, the world's tallest man. You know what? Real quick on PJ Fleck, the sun seems to be setting on old PJ Fleck, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Remember,
boat's not really rowing.
I take you back to week 0, right? Opening week. Strong showing for them against Nebraska.
Yeah, they're back.
They're back. So, what is Minnesota going to do? I get into Michigan State's ass a little bit, Spenny, about how this, and I don't get the vibe from your contingency that this is the biggest thing your university's done in 30 years.
Yeah, it is.
The biggest coach, the biggest personnel move you guys have made in 25 plus years, whatever that number is. I'm not getting that feel from you guys. But whatever, with that being said, old Minnesota's got to answer some of the same questions. Is this the guy? With Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State, now USC and Oregon and Washington coming in here, is this the guy?
Fuck.
Because the divisions are going away, bro.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Like this bullshit, and look, I listen to there's a national college football show I listen to on Sirius XM. Dusty Dvorak, Danny Cannell. Big fan of theirs. I like them. I do. They've got a very, very good show. But I had to hear one of them yesterday talk about how Kirk Ferentz is a, quote, great coach. And I said, this is a guy down in the South that doesn't know.
Yeah.
He has no idea. So where is Iowa going to hide? Where's Michigan State going to hide? Where's Minnesota going to hide?
There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide. So WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Should Michigan be the number 1 team in the nation? 63% of you say no. 37% say yes. And I'm just not there because Brandon Katz, Minnesota can't do better than Fleck. Then you're dead. You're dead. The battle lines are being drawn. Noma, he says, Michigan playing such a bad out of conference the last few years doesn't help them against good competition in the postseason. And I understand that, but I see the way that this is shaking out. I see the way this is shaking out. DNC-ENT, kind of a similar margin win versus Kentucky is much more valuable than Minnesota. Michigan rightful number 2 now that Texas lost.
I agree.
Britt from Iowa. Neal, I'm a Michigan native living in Iowa. The old money in Iowa loves Kirk. Oh, they do. They do. Like the national pundits that talk about it, they have no idea that he got a raise for winning 6 games every year and non-D1s counted. They have no idea about that. But my point about Michigan is this. It's still playing out the way that it plays out every year. And let me give you an example of it. The crowd is turning now towards Michigan and towards Georgia. We've seen this play out every single year. There are kind of old money ways that the way college football works. Let me give you a little tip. Maryland, they put up a good fight for a minute, but they lost by 20 to Ohio State because they always lose by 20 to 30 when they play Ohio State, Penn State, or Michigan. So Maryland fell out of the poll. They're like others receiving votes. I promise you guys this. I promise you. Maryland will be ranked again November 4th. Why? Penn State's coming to town. It's got nothing to do with Maryland being a top 25 football team. Yeah. They are not. That's the way this stuff works. So I guess the moral of my story is it doesn't matter. You get in the playoff, and they'll manipulate the matchups on the seeds. They do. That's the way they operate. This is just an example. If you could bet on it, I'd bet on it. This is a get right. Maryland will be ranked November 4th. Will Maryland be any better of a team after playing Illinois or Northwestern?
No.
They'll still be Maryland.
Yeah.
And if they're not ranked now, why would they be ranked then? Because what's going to change? But this is how it works. I promise you guys, it is a get right. Maryland will be ranked because the rankings don't matter. They don't.
They're just there to make other teams look better.
Absolutely.
Oh, ranked win.
Yeah, Jack Harrington, you're right, Neal. I can see it. I can see it coming down the path. Exactly. So, that's what it is. And this is manipulated, and it just doesn't matter. Cats, Iowa will be Nebraska without Ferentz. They're not getting top coaches. They are Nebraska with Ferentz. Like, what's different? Nebraska, they've been to the Big Ten title game. What's different? Nothing is different. But, yeah, they want things to look good, and if you want to look good,
if you want to look good, there's only one place for you to go, and that is Lady Jane's. You can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and enter to win the trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's for men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. What about Feldman?
Feldman Chevrolet, you guys already know what it is. And Feldman Automotive Group as a whole, there's 18 locations. Feldman dealership in your backyard, that I promise you. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday, and check out Feldman Chevrolet of Novi.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Final segment of the show already, huh? Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Rhul. We have nobody else up here, just me. We have also, though, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. That's not to say these guys are not. They're not enough. These are my guys, right?
What about him?
Cardboard Stick here as well. Skied up. He's been kind of quiet, though. Typically, you want more from a co-host, but, whatever. I guess he's saving it for the Woodward Sports Lions postgame show.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's how it's going to go down. Cat spot. Iowa cannot upgrade over Kirk Ferentz. Well, then they're dead. And if Minnesota can't upgrade over PJ Fleck, they're dead. And you can go down the list. Matt Rhule better get it together, man. Nomahi says Iowa has won 9 and 10 games with the worst offense in the nation because of the defense. Well, and the schedule. Guys, college sports is 95% scheduling. Ask any college coach. Scheduling is the hardest thing in the world to do. I've talked with Coach Campy about that many times. Scheduling is a nightmare. It's such a fine line that you have to balance. Johnny Little. Johnny, I haven't seen you in here before. Appreciate you tapping in to Big D Energy. It's going to be sweet when my dogs make history getting their third natty against Michigan. That's if Michigan can get in the playoff. Johnny, here's the other thing. Michigan's in. All you have to do is beat that fraud Penn State. And you can lose to Ohio State and you're still in. You know how I know? Ohio State lost to Michigan last year. And they were a field goal away from winning the national title. That's the way it works. And you'll see the numbers. When Michigan plays Ohio State and, they pulled, Coach Prime numbers in viewership, that'll tell you and that'll cement it. That as long as, you only lose to Ohio State, you're good.
It's true.
And vice versa. They'll be all set. But yeah, that's what it is. Stephen Baffy. Neal, who will win a chip first, Coach Prime or Harbaugh? That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Because the stock answer, like your emotional answer, is Harbaugh, because they're always they're always going to be in the playoff. But can they do it? If ever they're going to do it,
it's this year.
It's this year.
Yeah.
Here's the window. This is the BMG. You comfortable with that, ma'am?
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, Neal.
Natty or bust?
Yeah.
That tells me no. Yeah.
No, because you always spin this a little way. But yeah, natty or bust. Yes.
What do you mean I always spin it?
You'll have your way with your words, but
explain.
Natty or bust. Natty or bust.
Explain. You're either natty or bust, like national championship, or it's a failure.
It's a failure.
You're not comfortable with that, are you?
No,
because you want your trip to Indy and your Big Ten T-shirt, right?
No, they're gonna get that anyways. But I was just saying, I brought this up to you many times. The context of how the national championship goes down. If they lose like last second field goal of the game, they're going back and forth all game. I'm not gonna be, Sam Flannel mad about it. But I definitely do expect them to make it to the national championship and compete for it.
So it's cool then. So they could not win a chip and you'll be all right. That's what you just... Did he not just say that?
That is what you just said.
Do you agree with that? BMG?
Yeah.
Michael?
Yes.
So it is not natty or bust?
No.
It's natty and very
close. It is natty
game.
or bust, but I just said, depending on how the game goes, I'm not going to be, like, fucking furious about it, but I do natty or bust. But it's not, like, going to...
So it's not bust. It's natty or... depends how it goes.
Oh, my God. See, the twisting.
It's your words, not mine.
We have talked about this so many times, Neal. You know how I feel, and then you come back every time. You twist the words, you twist the question, you twist what I say. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Natty or bust?
Natty or kind of close game.
Natty or kind of close game.
Okay. That should be a Woodward shirt, everybody. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Did you watch any hockey last night, Spenmo?
I did.
Watched a little bit of them Blackhawks.
Yeah. BMG, what was your takeaway on Bedard?
He's pretty fucking good. He's pretty damn good. And that shot's insane. Like, just in like transition, how he can just snap it so fast. It's insane.
I hate that he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is probably worst case scenario where he could have ended up, but hey, Chicago as a team, they looked a lot better than I expected. I mean, obviously when you sign some players in the offseason, going to change a little bit, but they looked a lot better as a team. And
yes, they did.
Tampa Bay still looked pretty damn good, too. minus 170 to make the playoffs.
Jack Harrington, LMAO, Mike Gentry, it's your words, dude. I know. Real cream of wheat, what twisting? Rack, such a lame take. As long as we play good. He said fart noise, but I just gave it the...
Just did it. We need a fart noise on here.
We do. Bradley K. Can we just call them what they are if they don't win the Natty? They're losers. Not in BMG's world. They're students. Can't boo students.
Student athletes.
Right?
You don't be mean to those student athletes.
Sir James.
I got yelled at for that.
Sir James says Stick is too busy eating that crappy candy corn to talk. He's been real quiet today.
He has been very quiet. I think he's scared, not stoked.
Yes. Nick says, I think beating a top 25 team is a joke, though. Top 5 or you're all the same. No, guys, get ready for it. This is how it's going to play out. Maryland will be ranked. They will be ranked when they play Michigan. Or when they play Penn State. They will be. Because you need all the ammo you can get because you got to overcome that schedule. Because you just move the goalpost about what you say qualifies you to get in the playoff.
And then they'll get in the Rose Bowl because they'll lose to Ohio State and they'll lose to Michigan, but they'll still get the granddaddy of them all.
100%. Yeah. And they'll, the problem for them though, they're going to get USC or Washington because when 2 Big Ten teams go in, that means 2 Pac-12 teams ain't going in.
Yeah.
So that means one of them are going to be in the Rose Bowl.
It's probably going to be Washington.
Yep. It's just, but then you get in.
But then Penix won't play.
And I wouldn't play either.
I wouldn't either.
There's no way I would play in that bowl
Not
game.
a chance.
So. We'll see who's in tomorrow. I'll be here.
Crazy how the
what? Go ahead, Spenmo.
That was funny. But isn't it crazy how the Rose Bowl just means nothing now?
It flips.
Absolutely nothing.
And I still watch it every year. I still watch it just for the camera shot, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
That little cool music video they do to enter in. Can't miss that.
Going to the Rose Bowl would be cool, but it just means nothing.
I know. It means the tickets are cheaper if you do get to go.
That's fair.
You know what the dopest one ever was? When Oregon was there with those chrome helmets.
Yeah.
And they put the helmet on the ground, and they had the mountains off the background of the helmet. That was awesome.
That was pretty dope.
You'll laugh at this. Watching the Rose Bowl gives me hope that winter's going to be over. For real.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm like, man, I know we're... Because once the bowls are over and college football's over, the grim reality sets in that it's only January.
Yeah, that's true.
And we got 3 months of this bullshit left.
Oh, fuck.
All right, well, hey, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. I'll be here. I don't know who else will be here.
What about you, Stick?
Stick, you'll be here, right, if nobody else is? Big shout-out to Stick for sticking around. Hey, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter, you guys were extra today. Appreciate y'all. My name is Neal Rhul. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.